Elite Dangerous Community Show. Commander Kerrash here, and joining me once again in the cockpit of Bessie, it's Commander Arimus. How you doing, mate?
Woo! Hey, Crash. I'm
I
doing
got
well.
it
How are
right.
you, sir?
I got it right first time. I didn't call you
Yeah.
all of the other various names. Have you managed to get Twitch to change your name yet?
No.
Damn them. Damn them. They're too busy doing all
Actually,
their affiliate things. And
that's true. I don't mind, though. Having separate names all over the place confuses people and makes me kind of secretive.
Well, it's good fun. It's good fun anyway. Speaking of people with alternate names and things like that, I assume everyone who's in the chat has caught up with the events for last week. We have Commander Besieger, as some people might know him, which is, of course, the infamous Harry Potter, which we all know.
Who?
Yes, that one.
No,
That one.
don't know that
one.
guy. Don't know that guy.
No, don't know. So yeah, so that was the outcome of last week's event. I imagine everyone was following along with the Salome event, and yep, it went down as predictably as I thought it would.
Rigged.
Well, that is the thing. That is the hot topic on the forum. Everyone's crying about, and it's like, I can say without a shadow of a doubt, talking to the man himself, no, he was actually in awe of the imagination of the community coming up with the things that he just didn't even consider. A lot of people like crying malintent and all that kind of stuff. Is nothing. A little bit of naivety, maybe, kind of wishful thinking, hoping that things would be all fluffy and great, and it would, be an amazingly awesome thing, and everyone would play nice and stuff. Yeah, no. It was never going to happen.
I got to say, Crash, that the second I read that post of Drew's, I went, I know it's going to happen. Yep, it happened.
Yep, it was predictable, but hey, it was good fun. Over 3,000 commanders got involved for that event, which was really, really cool. I'm not sure how Frontier were getting the stats. I think it was based on player numbers in that region. And I must admit, from that side of things, it was a great success. I mean, it was a really, really good, fun event. It was nice to see lots of people around in that area. It was one of those kind of nail-biting moments when I jumped into a few systems nearby and you see another player icon, and friend or foe, just not knowing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like we say 3,000 people, but obviously not in a single instance, sadly.
Yeah. And again, that was another one of those things when I think a lot of people had unrealistic or just unattainable expectations for what the event was going to be. Some people. I get the impression from a lot of people they were thinking that there was going to be these huge epic battles going on, and people didn't. It's like it was never going to be like that. There were going to be small skirmishes, little pockets of activity. That's just the nature of it because it was a chase from A to B. That was how it was going to be. It couldn't be any other way. It wasn't focused in area, and that's when you look at it. That's the way. The reason why the game is structured how it is, where you have conflict zones and resource sites and things like that, because those are the areas where you can get these big activities going on, these big events. That's what they're designed for. Something like this, it's not really what the game is kind of mapped out to work like. You have the little instances and things like that. That's just the nature of it. But hey, it was.
It was still amazing to see all these various player groups, getting together and going to the locations and trying to find her and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
it's still brought community together. That's the thing.
And that's the thing. Like I said, from that side of things, it was an absolute success because that's what it was about. It was about just everybody getting online, having a bit of fun, and just the competing sides. It wasn't about. It was never going to be about you being the guy who did it. You know what I mean? It was like the possibility of you being the one person that managed to get in the same place at the same time as her and kill her, or escort her through.
Not kill her, yeah.
It's infinitesimally small. It's never going to be. And see, that's the thing that people just don't still struggle to get with the way that Elite is built. Is, as David eloquently put it, was you can't have a million Rescue the Princess stories.
No.
It just doesn't work, and it never will work like that in Elite. The only thing you can do is just be a very small cog in a machine, just be part of that drive. Show up at these events, kind of, be there and then kind of kind of, just be in the background and kind of encourage other people to be doing things and stuff like that, and it's
Yeah.
I know for a lot of people it's not how they imagine it, but it's like it's the only way it can realistically work, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Temmer is saying there, Harry, I'm your mother. The last thing Salome said.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's Elite's own take on it. I mean, and surprisingly, well, it's Revenge of the Fifth today, so
That's true.
Star Wars Day
That's
yesterday.
true.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we can let you get away with a few references, I think, to Star Wars on there. But
Sure.
yeah, all in all, it was good fun. It was a good laugh. My internet died like 20 minutes into it, so I didn't get to partake as much as I would have liked. But it was a fun kind of chase, and hopefully more things would come like that, because those are the things that I really like in the game, is these community events, just like the Hutton mug thing for the mug.
For the mug.
This is a fantastic thing, and you as an individual weren't gaining much from that situation when we did the whole mug event. I mean, yeah, it was a CG, you were getting some rewards and things like that, but it was just that community spirit. Everyone was trying to achieve that goal. Just in that instance, people got what that was about. They realized what the idea was, and that's what I hope people kind of sit back and reflect on what's happened in the recent events and realize that it was just a big community event. You were never going to be the important person in it. You were going to be part of it, but never like the hero. And
Yeah.
you just have to look at it pragmatically, I think.
Yes, definitely.
Rep Mark is saying, yes, that is an Ian new here, yes.
That is me, yes. Hello. That guy.
Stephen has just said, wonder what today's subject would be. Rift Generation Ship, ZX Spectrum Next, or Harry Potter taking on Salami.
Salami.
Yeah, I love the community names better than the real names, actually. It's
That's true.
But yeah, I've spoken to Drew, and he has confirmed that he will be written into the book with his forum name, Commander Procedure, which he's agreed to anyway. So, because we don't want any of those pesky copyright things getting in the way.
No, I don't think J.K. Rowling would quite appreciate that.
He wouldn't take it lightly. No, that may be a little bit.
Take a bit too far.
Yeah. Oh, let's head over. Where can we head to? I am just kind of happily wandering about at the moment. There we go. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I am now just over 12,000 light years from the bubble.
Ooh, can I join you on deck?
Yeah, I can get you into the crew.
I have to join. I've got to get an open first. Hold on. I was in CQC.
Yeah, let me. Yeah, I'll wait for you to come in before I go and do that, because otherwise I might end up with some random people. Just
I'm there. I'm ready.
Ejecting my heat sinks and things like that. There you go.
No, I won't do that. I don't even know how to.
Oh, saying you're unreachable at the moment. I'll just wait for this hyper jump to go. Yeah, we will be jumping onto some CQC in a minute.
Yes.
But I thought I should say that I've decided to up sticks and get the smeg out of the bubble after the events are done and dusted now. I know there's no more big things planned that I want to be anywhere near when the rubber meets the road. Yes, we'll get onto that part of the newsletter in a minute.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Zara Nils just he said yes. On the subject of things in the newsletter, yes, the live stream this week was rather interesting, and poor old Ed, I don't think he's ever going to live that down. Did you manage to catch any of that, Arimus?
No, I've been a bit busy this week.
Yeah, poor Ed. He jumped into some multi-crew. He was doing really well. And then he kind of got the ship blown up.
Oh, the joys of people who are apparently bored.
As MSB said, now, poor Titus Balls, yeah, he had a massive rebuy. That was so. What happened was Ed was unable to hear the helm speaking because he didn't have the headphones on. He was talking to his guest and was frantically pressing fire, trying to stave off the ships that were coming at them, and Titus was trying his best to get out, but he couldn't because the weapons kept deploying because Ed was frantically smashing the fire button. Oops. Suffice to say, coming in 2.3.1, it will be the option to hard lock the hard points so that your crew can't deploy them. There you go.
Excellent.
So there's a silver lining to it. It's too little, too late for poor Titus, but hey.
Lessons were learned, mistakes were made.
Exactly. The intern was fired. Yes.
Get out of here.
So, right, let's see if we can get you into the crew. Where is... I'm still saying you're in main menu. Have I...
I'm in open.
Says I'm
You're
in
in open? They're in the same mode.
It's not updated on there. Maybe
I can't join a friend. I have to actually be invited. That's weird.
Okay. Maybe I'll pop back to the friends list in a second and make sure that's refreshing. So that character said maybe it'd be about barnacles or being access to the underground Farcoid cloning facility. Speculation alert. Yes. We'll see what happens. Oh no, I'm going to training. I want to go back into open. Yeah,
good evening, Commander Hatch.
Hey, greetings. Yes, I've been out to the Zerara, which is it's not a generation ship, it's a mega ship. And there is a distinct difference between these various ship types that are there. Right, let's see.
I've only visited one generation ship, but it was a pretty amazing experience actually. I went there by myself, like in solo first. Mm-hmm. Because I just wanted to, experience the full thing for myself. It was pretty eerie, just sitting there, like seeing the ship completely black, and listening to the audio logs. They did an absolutely fantastic job. So if you're watching and you haven't done the generation ship thing yet, go do it.
Yeah, absolutely. They are really, really fantastic. They add so much depth to the story and everything, which is in there at the moment. It's just phenomenal. Really love it.
We've had black holes. I want white holes now.
Okay.
Okay.
Isn't that where Extra Time comes out? I'm trying to remember that. That's an episode of Red Dwarf, I think. White holes. Pretty sure it is. Pretty sure. For some reason, I just can't.
All right, hang on. I'll jump back to the main menu.
Right, yeah.
And go back into open and see what happens.
Where is Redmark? Goodness me, Redmark is 33,000. Wow, that is a big distance away.
Dedication right there.
Yeah, let's see if we can spot where Retmok is on the map now. That's got to be yep, right near Sajay. Crikey, that is a fair distance away.
Wow.
Crikey. Yes, just been to Sajay. Just confirmed in the chat there. Retmok says, I was thinking, have they changed it since 2.3 to allow gunners to fire charging the FSC? Obviously not. Yeah, that's like I said, that's a change. It's been noted. They're aware of it. It's going to come in the 2.3.1 update, not 0.01 update. It's confusing, these developers with their version numbers.
I remember having a discussion with my colleagues about version numbers, and my mind just melted. I went, Jesus, man, you guys are insane. You need to chill out and just think simply for once. Jeez. Okay.
T. Krogan, hi, I haven't missed a whinge about Salome. I don't think you're ever going to miss the whinge about that. I think it is going to continue forever. It's a fantastic source of additional salt.
Yeah. Well, I got to admit, Crash, I read Reclamation. I thought it was a brilliant book, and definitely an awesome character. I personally think it's a shame she's dead, but whatever. Or is she? They were talking about. Actually, I can't really say anything about the book because I might spoil it for someone. A certain technology in that book might be in play here. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It's thousand more years in the future.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Well, according to Stephen Hawking, we've only got 100 years, and then we're screwed.
If we don't get off, I mean, that is the wonderful thing about the idea of these generation ships. I think it's really nice kind of tie from the game world to what we've got in the current day. Is like looking at the technologies that we could use to get to other stars and stuff. That's what I love seeing in the game, is these kind of ties. But there was another generation ship that was discovered just today, I believe.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which
yes.
I think let's go ahead. We'll jump into the newsletter really quickly, and then
I'll post that link up again.
Cool, thank you. So newsletter 173. I've definitely got the right one this week. I'm pretty sure I've got the right one. Artwork by Commander Tekarayam Yanter. I've completely demolished that name. I apologise. But yeah, many of the topics that we've already covered really, really quickly. So we'll get back to that one. So yes, the latest generation ship was discovered by Commander Car Buckety. Gotta love these names. Which is the Pleione, which is in the her I can't remember what system name it was in. What was it called?
I'm trying to find it.
The Hezur system. That was it. Hezur. That's the one. I had it.
Hezur.
Yes, that's the one. So we found a listener posting in a nearby system, and that listener poster picked up a distress signal from that ship. So you head to the HEZ space UR system, Hezur, and go about 8,000 light seconds away from the star, and you will find the Pleione. This one, a really sad story behind this, and I don't want to spoil it, but it's one of those things which is like, it's such a simple problem that you wouldn't consider it, but then when you think about what the trials that people on a generation ship will have to go through, and the fact that just such a simple little thing like this can just completely destroy their chances of not only completing their mission, but just ever hoping to survive. And just great stories. I love them, and they really do kind of drive home that point of, it's like, if we ever did build these generation ships, it's still such a ridiculous risk to hundreds of years for some of these trips to just go out, and it's like the first 3 or 4 generations are just never going to stand a chance of seeing anything. They're confining themselves to a life in a metal tube. And their kids and their grandkids. It's insane to think about it. But I love these stories because they really do drive the point home of how the game world has got this rich backstory, and it's come from where we are in current time up to the modern day stuff, and all the crazy advances we've got of being able to frame shift around like no one's business.
Well, I think that's also a good point. You say there's a very rich story behind the game. The thing is, I think a lot of people, especially new players, they don't actually see it. It's just not really visible to most people. Like I, to be honest, I don't pay much attention to it. It's not really my thing. But if you actually look at the detail, there's an absolute crap ton of stuff to read.
Yeah.
A full-on story going on there. So.
And that's the thing. I mean, we touched on it many times, and it's always going to be one of those things that people are just not going to understand about Elite and what it's trying to be. It's not trying to be like games that we've been used to for the last decade, where you have cutscenes, you have these animated sequences and full voice acting and dialogue, and it's never been about that kind of story, because that would require you to be the hero. You'd need to be center stage. You'd need to be interacting with these things and kind of seeing them firsthand. It's always been about that. You're just kind of on the sidelines observing, kind of picking up pieces of the breadcrumbs, seeing little bits of story kind of unfold, and you're not really an important part of it at all. There's these massive, big conspiracy things going on. There's these huge storylines, massive events and stuff happening, and you're just dust in the wind.
Yeah, exactly. Max, I've just turned down my headset. I hope that helps. He could hear me through. I'm using a headset, and he says, "I can hear Crash echoing through you."
Echoey.
Whoops.
Echoey. Did you restart? Hang on, let me see if we can...
I restarted the client completely because Millstone Barnes said I was to see you as on the main menu. So
yeah, you were showing up there. Oh, hang on. Oh no, still says you're in the main menu for me.
I am in the main menu.
Oh,
I'm
right,
just
okay. I'll give you a chance to
open right now.
We've always got CQC the jump, and that's fine. Happy Sack saying, if there's a generation ship called the Covenant, he ain't going on the sucker. Oh, no, just...
Right. I am in the game now.
Roger, roger, roger. Let's see.
Do you see me?
No, not at the moment.
I've got to admit, I've been having weird internet things going on the last couple of days.
Silly question. Do you use NAT traversal on your router, or did you do you have a port forwarding setup or anything?
I do have port forwarding set up.
That's interesting because
weird stuff going on.
Be... Yeah, I'm just not getting you at the moment.
It still says I'm in the main menu?
Yes, yeah, it does at the moment.
Wow.
It's a bit of a pain.
Okay, let's not waste that time. Then we'll.
That's okay. That's okay. We can leave that. Let's jump back to the newsletter really quickly. We'll zip through the bits and pieces. So the live stream that we did touch on, yes, the wonderful Daz Valdez from he does the Kerbal Space Program streams mostly, but he was very interested in the things that the lovely Ed Lewis was showing him this week.
Mm-hmm. I saw a bit of that, yes.
And as I said, aforementioned, poor Ed. There's going to be a wonderful gif of Ed's face at that point when he realised he was the cause of the destruction of that very expensive combat-fitted Anaconda. Oops.
Whoops.
Bits saying, so the Pliny was heading in that direction. Yeah, so there is a set of instructions that you should be able to follow from the newsletter. Let me just copy the link from the newsletter. But basically, it's in the... Hey, I can say it again. Yeah, it's in the newsletter.
Yeah,
these system names, man. These system names. The HEZ space UR system. HERZER. Quite simply, you head to that location, and it's a few thousand light seconds away from the stuff in that system. I'm not sure which direction to head into, actually, Bitstorm. That's a good point.
People actually finding these things through clues, right? Because I don't understand how they find it.
Here we go. Yeah, so that's the thing. So so you find these listening posts in various systems nearby. You say signal detected in the HEZ UR system. And then usually somewhere in amongst that thing, I don't want to put too much of that up. I'm going to hide that now because that spoils it. That spoils it if you read too much of that. I think that was is it the TEUTN? I think the Teuton system or something like that. I think if you head in the direction towards that, that's basically their last known direction that they were heading in. So it kind of gives you a hint of where to find them. And that's how most of the generation ships have been is that right, Fluffy? Is that go to the 5th planet? It might be in the direction of the 5th planet. Here we go. Yep.
The thing that confuses me a little bit though is the planets are like going around their star. They're moving. So how can you always have to head in the same direction from a certain planet and actually still reach the thing? Hey, Zach. Hi, Zach.
Hey, greetings, Commander. Is Zach? Is he back now? Is he back?
Zach is back.
Zach is back. Yes, the Don is here. Absolutely. That is really cool to see that, and I like the story on this one. It's a nice one. I mean, they all have fantastic stories. I have collected a handful of them now. I'm not going to spoil any because I encourage people to go out and find these things. A lot of the generation ships are not very far away from the solar system because obviously they would have been going sublight. It would have taken them decades to get anywhere. So they are very easy to get to all of them once you know the locations and the directions to head into and things like that. So yeah, I do encourage anyone to get it. I found quite a few of them now, but the one I've just visited, I was just talking about at the very start, the Zorara. That's not a generation ship. That's a mega ship. It's much more recent design of ship, and you can tell by that it is. It's physically got the structures that make it look like an outpost rather than like a massive cargo vessel. Which is, it's nice to see that there's some cool touches in there. Just shows you.
Zach, if you're listening, can you please add a feature that we can archive some of these messages in our box? Thanks.
I don't want to lose them. They're great.
Exactly. I've already lost my elite in the combat thing. I don't know where it went. I didn't delete it. It's just
Yeah, because I think that they do expire after a period of time. Yeah, so they disappear out of your message board, which it's a shame. It's just like when you have like a journal or something and like your quest log sort of thing. You want to keep it. Just it's like
Yeah.
tick the thing. So just heading back to the newsletter really quickly before we do anything. I did briefly touch on this earlier on. Various reports of federal ships suffering strange and mysterious damage from unknown weapon types. Looks like some kind of corrosive, maybe organic. Who knows? Of course, that is entirely speculation. I have no idea.
Speculation. It can neither confirm nor deny.
Exactly. Out in the Maya system, so people are questioning, is that to do with the escalating conflict between the various superpowers or something wholly more sinister? But thank you to the Canon radio crew for bringing that news forward. Creepy. Hence,
Creepy stuff.
why I have decided to go 12,000 light years in the opposite direction.
You wuss.
You lot are welcome to whatever is coming when it comes. As I said, when the rubber meets the road, I'm going to sit back with my popcorn and just watch.
Well, if at all possible, I'd like to befriend aliens. I don't think it's going to happen.
I would love to. Yeah, I to be honest, I don't care much for humans. They're yeah, I it's a shame I am one, but we've all got to start somewhere. So,
good evening, Laverick. How are you?
Hey, Laverick. Greetings, Commander.
T. Corcoran says, can you discuss why third-party ed websites went down and what FD did? Did you convince them to bring them back online?
I didn't do anything. I know that Ed jumped on the case immediately and told the guys that they're not being neglected. They so I've worked through them as a plan. I think. I mean, I don't want to take sides on it. I appreciate the effort that everyone's been putting into the third-party tools and things, but to be honest, I think it's a little bit silly to try and hold the community to ransom because Frontier were too busy to work with you on things. It's like, I know they've been waiting patiently to get some updates on the APIs and stuff, but at the end of the day, APIs don't sell the game. The FDev need to be prioritizing the things which are going to sell the game, and it wasn't a case of neglect. It was just FD are juggling these plates like this all the time, and okay, they dropped the third-party support one. Sorry, they've apologized. They bought a new plate. I think that's... But yeah, I mean, it's always going to be a juggle. There's always going to be people out there who think that what they want and what they need is the most important thing, and that's just the way people are. There's always going to be something which is to you yourself is going to be the most important thing, and that should take 100% of the focus all the time. But realistically, Frontier have got the nightmare challenge of trying to juggle all of these various priorities and trying to determine what is going to be the best for everyone, or at least the best for the majority. And I think that's
I definitely couldn't do that job because I can't stand it when people are mad at me. I have to make everybody happy. You just can't do it. Not possible.
Yeah, if you try and keep everyone happy, you'll end up just failing everyone, I think, is the problem. So I think you've just got to know when to just cut it off and say, right, okay, sorry, you guys are behind this time, and we'll get to you next time. But that's just the way it is, It's just
exactly that. Saturnine, yes. What you're saying, that.
You're telling me what I want isn't important? Rage quit. And that's how all of these things go on the forum. Yeah,
that's true.
It turns into a rage quit fest because, yes, I'm not getting the thing that I want because the thing that I need is more important than anyone else. Yeah, and I can understand people. They it's hard to emphasize and empathize and see things from other people's perspectives. So I can understand why people just completely lose sight of the fact that there are bigger, more important fish to fry. So
yeah, definitely.
Millstone saying the Slummy died because the Don didn't protect her. Damn it! That's what it is. Yeah, that's what we were missing.
Oh, he's on holiday.
Yes. A US trip.
The hug monster.
The Huggy Monster is here. Huggy Monster, you'll be happy to know we will be jumping into a little bit of CQC in a minute. So let's crack on with the newsletter. We'll get the newsletter done and dusted once I
get that crap out of the way. Get onto the flying.
So, Potter as Salome's bodyguard would rather be protected by Hannibal Lecter.
Agreed.
Yeah. Probably be safer. Saturnine saying, if I donate a few 100,000, will that change the priorities? Well,
everything's for sale. You know?
Yeah.
It's the price. It's the price that matters.
We'll see. What's that saying? CQC speculation.
These amateurs didn't even involve a goat in the complaints procedure.
You've got to protest goat. Yeah, you've got to have the protest goat, or it just doesn't count exactly. Yeah, who can anyone take the third party stuff seriously if they're not invoking goats? They've got to do that. Goats anyway, that is enough crazy for 5 minutes. I'm completely losing track of the thing. Newsletter spotlight today. I am really tempted to get one of these. Look at that red one. Oh, that red one. There it is. The red Imperial Eagle. Yes, the Vibrant pack is available in the store now. So I've just left.
Red makes it go faster, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely. Yeah, you immediately get an engineering speed boost by using the red skin.
Yep.
That is
100
absolutely 100% speculation. I will just put that up there just to be sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does look really good. I do like the vibrant colours on the eagle there. It's very nice. And when I head back to Dock, I will be getting that one.
Hey, Stu's here. Why so much love for the eagle? Because the eagle is awesome.
It is. You want dolphin skins. Dolphin skins would be nice. I mean, I'd like to see skins for all of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
But for me, there's always much love for the eagle. The eagle for me is that nostalgia trip, because that is the starter ship in the Amiga version, Frontier Elite 2, and yeah. For me, that's my childhood. So
gotta love it.
Stephen was saying, can we have turbo decals as well? Yeah, we've got to have something like that. The red streak.
We're getting sidetracked again, Kerrash.
We are getting a little sidetracked. Yes. All right, yeah. Dolphin skins make terrible rugs. Yes, absolutely. Heading on to what was mentioned in the chat earlier on, the Galnet focus this week. We've got the Alliance Outpost campaign is kicked off. Just the one CG this week, because I think there were 3 concurrent CGs last week. So we have one CG this week to start a new outpost out in the California Nebula. I need to head back there, actually. I haven't been there in a while. It's a little bit further out than the Pleiades, and I'm going to do a loop of shame right now, damn it. But yeah, so that is, I think that's related to is it the Turner Research Group?
I don't know.
I believe it is.
I think so.
Which is all related to these strange alien things found on the planets. Yeah, so that's interesting. And I did see a very interesting forum post that someone put up on there. It's like every time a Turner is involved in the story of Frontier. Someone sent me a message, I should say, when a Turner was involved in the story of Frontier First Encounters. It just ended up with bad things. So
Laguna Hunter, I don't think that's a thing. The Black Friday paint job for Dolphin, I probably haven't added that.
I think it was all ships which were available at the time of
the Black
Friday sale. Yeah, so it wasn't retrospective to new ships added after that date.
No, sadly. It might come in the future. Who knows?
I was just reading what Zach was saying. Now, I don't want to quote you verbatim, Zach. I don't want to put you on the spot, but yeah, I just to echo from the other side of it. Yeah, it is a question of balance. People were frustrated on both sides, and I understand that. I don't mean to. Like I said, I don't need poke sides. I do appreciate all the hard work that everyone's put into the third-party tools. I think they're fantastic. They really do add a great layer to the game, particularly for people who are struggling to understand the very complex mechanics in the game.
Yes.
So yeah, so they are fantastic. I'm not taking anything away from them. Laguna, had you got all of the version from the Black Friday paint job, so it should be. Yeah, as we said though, I don't think the Dolphin existed at the time of that Black Friday paint job. So I don't think it was a dev sleep. Yeah, not very much though. Usually under the desk whilst the code is compiling. That's when I get my nap.
I got to tell you, non-devs don't sleep either.
It's something, anything to do with computers is a nightmare. I think I think it's people just kind of forget, or just don't understand it. It's like it's magical pixie dust. People don't understand how computer things work, so it's just immediately magic, and however they get their stuff done, they don't care. They just want it done. I saw a great comic this week, which was hit the nail on the head, and it was 2 frames. It's like someone shouting. It's like I don't understand. It's like everything's working. I don't understand why we pay you IT guys. Everything's failing. I don't understand why we pay you IT guys. Yep. You can't win. You can't win. And I'd say massive hats off to the guys at Frontier, because they're pulling out all the stops on it. You will notice it's been a relatively quiet week in terms of
yes.
No one's mentioned anything about the problems with 2.3. See,
No.
Because Frontier worked their asses off to make it work.
That's right.
As soon as it's working, everyone forgets and they disappear back in that.
I got to say, Crash, I've been on other Elite streams, and people, I'm not going to mention names, but people will start complaining about the problems and bugs that have been introduced into the game with updates and stuff. And I go absolutely bananas because I can't stand it that these people don't understand how software development works.
Iterative kind of cycles.
Especially a game as complex as Elite.
Yeah.
Like, it's great that you're pissing and moaning that something's broken, but do you have any idea what it takes to change even one little thing in the game? Like, it's easy, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've experienced it this week. I mean, there was something I was working on, and they requested one extra little thing, which sounded easy. I built, an entire interface with all of these options and things, and then for this one particular action that it does, not only did they want to change it, but they wanted it to be scriptable.
Hey, thanks.
So suddenly, this utility that started off as a very simple thing that didn't need anything particularly special, suddenly I needed a scripting engine.
That's pretty much how it goes.
And then, of course, in the knock-on of doing that, it just blew up loads of support for everything else. And I had to go back and retrospectively fix dozens of things in loads of places. And that's what happens. Sometimes these things fall through the gaps and you don't see them. So,
yeah.
Mr.
Jones, they do rotate pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'll leave it there on the screen for a little bit. Yeah,
go buy them. Go get him.
My little Coriolis is spinning around. Love it. Saturn saying software development is like playing Jenga. You never know when the tower withstands the parts you remove to fix that silly bug. Yeah, exactly. It all comes tumbling down.
Yep.
What's that? Prime 9 mentioned that he costed a small change in Elite and it ran into thousands of pounds. Yeah, that does not surprise me. Suddenly, you have one little thing you put in and it's like a team of people have to spend a week doing it. You've got their wages, you've got the impact of all of the things changing. Other teams might have to rework art. There was something that came up in the forums. I forget what it was though. There was something that someone asked for, and they were talking about adding a something in particular into the game. And so it's just a case of they could take what they have there and retrofitted that. It's like, well, no, because then you need the animation, you'd need the shaders, you'd need the GUI to be updated to support it, the text entered in, the references added into the object databases, and it's like, it's like something which is like from the outside, from a player perspective, it's like, oh, it's just one extra thing. It's like mind-blowingly difficult to,
Yep.
But again, I digress. But I think that was most of the things from the newsletter. Obviously, the Colonia expansion is entering into the next phase again this week. So if you do have a group that you want to get into that, please do jump in the Colonia expansion. So it's brilliant. It's good fun. It's good fun. And I probably will be heading to Colonia after I've mapped this little sector. I found a nice little quiet area of space, and I'm just mapping. I'm sciencing the shit out of it, as Mark Watney would say.
Excellent. I love that book.
Cornish Cracker is saying, "Where is my Panther Clipper?" I want it as well. I want it. No, fair. Panther Clipper was always the ship to have in the Amiga version. So I am I cannot wait for it to be. But I want it to have a purpose. I want it to have a reason, and I can understand it not going into the game until there is a meaningful place for it. You know.
Yep.
So at the moment, I don't see anywhere on that that ship graph that it can fit and not overtake the role of something else at the moment. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yes.
Elaborate wants his Argent class. Is Argent class the Turner class vessel? Is that the one from Argent's Quest? Yes, absolutely. That's what we want, with that ridiculous jump range. See, that's the cool thing that I like reading some of the bits on the Galnet, and I see in the little references. It's like, when are we getting our ridiculously overpowered FSDs? That's what I want. Our military class drives. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Real pain to utilize because they produce radioactive waste or toxic waste that you have to jettison, but I guess crazy jump range on. That's what I want. That's what I want. Dangerous to use, because could cause corrosion damage on your modules or something like that. But you get double the jump range.
Melt the skin off your body, but you'll get 300 jump like your jumpers.
Another great reference from The Martian, isn't it? Is the plutonium reactor that he uses to keep himself warm.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert! Sorry, spoiler alert. But yeah, awesome. Yeah.
That's better.
Stoops is asking, where am I at the moment? I am way out of Dodge. Soon as the Salami event was out of the way, I headed off. There we go. There's the California sector, way over there. I might have been there actually. I am about 13,000 light years away from anything remotely resembling a human. And there we go. Have I been here? Damn it. I know I've mapped a few of the things in the California now, but that was one of my first exploration trips way back when. So yeah, so that's where the CG is. So I'm miles away from anything. As soon as the event was done with, I got the heck out of Dodge. And that's entirely up to you to interpret how that is. Moving right along. Exo said, where's the boa, the constrictor, the gecko, the crate, the mamba? Your scout ship. Yes. And,
Can't have.
The Moray Starboat. Where's the Moray Starboat? I know. The crate. Where's the crate? Damn it. Oh, yeah, poor old Snuffler. But, yeah, I mean, as much as I would love all of the old ships to appear in there one way or another, I can understand why some of them just don't make sense to be in there at all. I mean, people forget that, the Kestrel Air Fighter. What about that one? Makes no sense because it's basically an F-22. You got zero jump range on it whatsoever. There's no point having it.
No point.
So, there's always going to be things which are going to hit the cutting room floor, I think, as much as it would be nice to have them. When we see, some of the more, historic areas in the game open up, it would be lovely if there was just kind of a static model of some of these ships, the classic vessels, like a museum type thing you could fly down close to and get it. That would be nice.
So you're saying that for a reason. Zach's here. He can hear you. Hint, 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 hint.
It's where he starts cringing. He's like, shut up, Crash. Shut up, Crash. Shut up, Crash.
Stop suggesting stuff.
Alliance ranks ships for the hype, is Happy Sack saying there. I would like some alliances. See, the problem is with the alliances, they don't have a shipyard because they don't need a shipyard. I mean, the way that they've always kind of worked is they're like a collective. They kind of symbiotically absorb technology from different groups. So it doesn't make sense for them to have a shipyard. They're just going to have everyone's ships, they're just going to use all of these ships, and I'd like to see some kind of variations, the Alliance Eagle, for example. That was one of the things which I think that was in Frontier Elite 2. Yeah, there was the Mark 1, the Mark 2, and the Mark 3. I think the Mark 3 was the Imperial Eagle. The Mark 2, I believe, was the Alliance one. I'm racking my brains now, but yeah, there were 3 different variations of the Eagle in Elite 2, and yeah, it would be nice to see some variations like that, which are a bit of a nod. Even if they're just kind of like an Eagle with a roof rack, so you get extra 2 tons of cargo space or something like that. That would be, because I think that would fit the Alliance well. It's kind of like a bolt embraces, bits kind of welded on just to make it a little bit better.
Oh, of course, Zach wasn't actually in the stream when you said all that stuff. You had to repeat it.
Yeah, it was hiding away. It was like Crash is promising things, which no.
Because Crash said it, so it must be true.
Yeah, that's what I did. I flashed the speculation banner up. No, I'm just guessing. It's not saying.
You should just leave that. You could leave that thing on all the time.
I'll leave it going. That is the unfortunate thing. Even when I guess, I'm so unfortunately close to the truth sometimes that it does make Zach cringe. So I'm sorry. But yeah, I will avoid that. I'll leave the speculation banner. Before we do head over to CQC, actually, because I could be exploring for months out here, I do want to give another massive shout out to our good friend Bubble. His Kickstarter is still running. He is very nearly pledged. He's very nearly reached his pledge goal of the £1,250. He's currently at 1,041. He's got 8 days to go. It's just a week. If everyone in the chat now was to just put a couple of pounds, just £2 in there like that, he'd be done and dusted, I think, which would be absolutely fantastic. So please do support Bubble. It's great to see indie developers getting out there and doing things, and more space games. How can we not love more space games? So please do jump in and give Bubble support.
By the way, did you see the updated version of X-Wing that came out this week, Crash?
Oh, yeah, someone did it was like a modded
remake.
Remake of the original version, with like HDR lighting and all the special effects and stuff like that. Yes.
It's pretty fancy.
Pretty cool. That's right, space games for the win. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
We love space games. So it would be nice to have the NPC orbital shuttles for planets to grain cities, just to add color to the station. Yeah, I mean, tell you what, I'm going to jump into the CQC lobby and we will continue to, because otherwise I'm just going to be, you know what I'm like. Let's jump on into that. Yeah, I would love to see things like that coming at some point. I think not just shuttles and things going back, but just more kind of ambient activity around stations. So like the little limpet drones going out and picking up the bits of debris of ships which have been destroyed. I think that would be a fantastic little addition, you know. Yeah. And on the stations like in the Anarchy, you see them kind of sparking and in a little bit worse for wear and stuff like that. Seeing little repair drones going around and doing stuff, that would be fantastic. Obviously, when you get down to that level of detail, now we've got the commanders. Giant Crash! Sorry, Mr. Junks. Yeah, let's jump back to mini mode. And you know, it would be nice to see that kind of variation going into the starports, so they seem a lot more alive. And as I was saying, when you get into the level of having the people walking around as well, so just even before we could walk around, I think just seeing people walking through the little windows you see in the control towers and stuff like that, and across the little platforms and stuff you see in the big busy stations and stuff, that would be a nice kind of next level. The problem is with those is it's like everything else, it's a lot of work for something which is not specifically a gameplay thing. Mm-hmm. It's a nice background thing which makes the game feel better, but not necessarily give players anything else to do. So it's one of those things which, as cool as it is, ends up being constantly shuffled along the priority list and left behind things. I'm hoping at some point it comes in, but it is a heck of a lot of work to get something like that in. It would be lovely though.
I'm looking for it. XLG. Just give me 2 seconds.
Oh. I linked to the X-Wing. Oh yes, thank you. Yeah. Max was saying, "Clean up crew to the docking bay. Clean up crew to the docking bay." Yes, that would be a whole series of dockers on that. Yes, Time Ray took the words out of my mouth there. Yeah. Mr. J, it can be a gameplay thing. Well, when you can get out and you can actually do something around those things, yes, it could be a gameplay thing. Yeah. Max was saying, like to have the station send out an emergency docking. I'll give you an emergency docking priority if you have busted canopy. Yeah, it would be cool little things. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Saturnine. Ooh, that is a good question. Who determines the order of the priority list? I would have to defer to Zach on this one. I would imagine it would go up to Mr. Brooks, and then he would probably consult with David directly. I believe.
That makes sense.
I believe that's how it is. But what tends to happen is the smaller groups of the teams inside the business will kind of just dynamically fit in things that they can fit in. I mean, I've said this before, you know, if there's a big task which everyone's working on, but, you know, some of the people are basically stuck waiting for other things to fall into place before they can start their work, they'll tend to pick up smaller tasks to fill the time and work. There we go, there's Arimus. So if you're watching at home, you should be clicking that DM button now. Let's get into a game. There we go. I am Bob Retmock. I can see Retmock in there. Harry Wilson. I am Bob number 224. That's a lot of Bobs.
I'm going to make this harder for myself. I'm going to be flying FA off only.
Oh, you're still practicing with that?
I've been doing that all the time, and it feels weird going back to FA on now.
Awesome. It is good fun on there. And that's what I'm saying. I must say the detail in the habitat rings on the stations is looking rather more detailed. It is looking really awesome. I mean, this is what people, you know, forget. It's like, you know, 2 years ago, whatever it was, when that first Orbis station was shown at E3, and you could go down, you could see the trees and everything in that location inside that ring and stuff. Awesome, and it's just going to get better and better to do it. Mr. Jones, what I really want is a pad queuing system instead of spamming the request 20 times until a pad is free. See, for something like that, you need to head to Hutton Orbital and have one of the control crew just give you a position and go now. That was one of the best parts of that event, I think, actually, was where people just kind of naturally, not paying attention, naturally formed queues and started helping each other. I'm still spinning. I'm glad I haven't got the VR on at the moment. I would be losing my lunch. People just naturally forming queues, which was really, really great fun to see. Oh, where's my secondary fire? I've lost my secondary fire. I suck. What's that saying? Behind the scenes is a big logistic nightmare. Yeah, well, I mean, any part of it is a logistical nightmare. It's an absolute pain to. There's I am Bob. To manage a big project, and something as big and as complex as Elite, it's, you know, 1,000-fold more complicated than many projects. I don't envy the guys at all.
Nope.
Hugmonster was saying, how much do you value space legs? Would you rather have space legs or more content you can do with your ship? Tricky to say, because I think there is currently lots of things you can do with your ship. I think there's lots of things in the middle ground that would be nice to have in there as well. I mean, like more things you can do with. No, I really have lost my secondary fire. Yep, thank you. Secondary fire was not bound. Brilliant, brilliant. So, Commander Ian Doncaster there has got a free lunch now. Oh, no, someone else. Is that you?
No.
Was that?
I'm floating uncontrollably all over the place.
What's that? Frontier staff are playing GTA? Elite Dangerous in there? Ooh, who's that? Imperial fighter. Oh, vengeance! Vengeance will be mine! Come back, Mr. Doncaster. Yeah, I think, you know, there's lots of potential things you do. I'd like to see more, like, vehicle types, you know, SRVs, drones and things like that would be cool. Some things you could do on the surfaces. So there's a lot of things you could do before space legs. I think everyone's obsessing over FPS because it's the obvious thing. But, you know, even completely outlandish things which no one has considered. I mean, I love the idea of, like, collaborative base building. I think you know, that would be a really, really awesome thing to, almost like a mini community goal that you can plonk down a limpet somewhere on the surface of a planet, claim everything within a 10-kilometer radius of that thing as your land, and then you can start to work together as a group to deliver goods to that location and things. You know, I like the idea of that. I think that would be a really, really cool way of doing it, and I could see logistically how that could be done with the systems that Elite already has.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I'm getting my backside handed to me. Oh, there we go. You got the thing up for XOG on there. Millstone Barn is searching, but he can't get in. Damn it. Smudgeotron, way. Me needs shields. Where is the shields?
They're on holidays. I can't do this. I can't do it with FA off. This is too fast. My old brain is like, nope.
Does not compute.
And I killed myself.
I am desperately trying to avoid. No! So close! So close! Ian Doncaster is gunning for it tonight on there. Stephen, yellow trucks on the interior is starting to look a little. Yeah. It would be nice to see some variation, but again, it's like everything. It's like we are used to them, you know. So I think that's the reason why we kind of look at them and we don't see them with that same sense of awe anymore. And it's the same for everything in the game. That's the kind of the unfortunate thing is you kind of get that, I don't know, awe fatigue. That, you know, that first time you see it, wow, awesome, and then after you've seen the same things over and over again, it's like you can't have that same level of impressiveness, and it's not something that anyone can really do anything about. You know, it's just that. Oh, I will get you. I will find you, and I will kill you. He's got the speed boost, doesn't he? No, don't get me, get him. And now he's got the stealth. Damn it! That Ian Doncaster is absolutely wiping the floor tonight. Yeah, he is.
Wrecking us.
He is. I'm going to leave that for a second. There we go. Noodles is in the chat. Hello, Noodles. And that's right. EVA missions would be awesome. Absolutely. I mean, even just the thing, being able to do things on your ship like repair panels, patch up things, walk around internally and see things like that. Even that on itself, you know, if you can't get it, because like you can't use your SRV inside an orbital station for obvious reasons. So if immediately you're not able to get out of your ship in a station for reasons, I don't care what those reasons are, but if that's an immediate limitation, then I wouldn't bother me. Being able to walk around inside my ship and have my ship to myself and being able to customize it, maintain it. I think I said last week as well, I mean, I'm kind of a bit of a sci-fi space romantic in that respect, as I love the idea of just being, you know, one guy in a ship on your own and being completely self-sufficient.
Yes, indeed.
And I think that goes back to the kind of explorer mentality. Really, is that, you know, it's like, because I know you can repair your cockpit canopy now, but if you ever crack it whilst you're out exploring, you're basically screwed.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
I would love the ability to, you know, if we did get EVA at some point, to be able to get up from the seat, go outside, go to that glass and spray paint it, you know, some kind of spray glass or something, patch it back up.
Some sort of gel.
Yeah, exactly, something like that. That would be really, really nice. I really should leave the speculation banner up, shouldn't I?
You should. It's better for your health, I think.
Yeah.
I have not got a single kill. This is ridiculous.
Oh, fourth place. I am woefully out here. Mouse 1 no longer works in CQC. Yeah, people have reported that as a strange bug. You have to kind of select it and then click fire to get it to work. I think that was a kind of a quick fix it was put in to stop people accidentally clicking the button somewhere. But right, I'm going to go ahead and back out of that one.
All right.
Quick catch in the chat, and then hopefully we can get queued back up with some other people in a minute.
Zach said, I killed Kerrash at CQC once. So did I, but I only found out later that it was his son flying.
It still counts.
In fact, you were my very first kill, Kerrash.
Ah, excellent.
In CQC. Well, Toxic Frog then.
Yes, still counts. It still counts. There we go. Let's try and queue up for another match. DM. Get everyone in there.
You can't click the mouse.
Can't click the mouse on there. Yeah. It's
That's annoying.
So Arms Like Noodles. I'm not going to read that out exactly, Noodles, but just wishing to skip into the atmosphere of a Jovian planet. Yeah, the gas giant things is going to be really, really cool. Bitstorm saying Space Legs would spread the team much more thinly. Again, that's the problem. Is the game trying to touch all of these different genres at the same time? Is that it will be a real challenge for the team to be able to do all of those things at the same time. Oh, someone else has already got the power up damage.
Oh yeah!
Right.
Happy anniversary!
Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you for reminding me, Blade. Yeah.
Blippia's in the chat. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm getting double teamed here. I should stop seeing red. Oh, denied! Oh, yeah.
Wow, I'm doing so badly tonight. What the hell is wrong with me? This is horrible.
Not as bad as that.
It's not like I'm a great pilot or something, but I do better than this normally. Jesus.
Crikey. Thank you, Zach. Yeah, it was our 9th anniversary a couple of days ago, so I took it out then. Don't worry, I'm not ignoring Mrs. K on our anniversary night. Don't worry. I am a little bit obsessed with Elite. I'm not that bad. What's that? That's right. Just think EVA space mining on asteroids. Bring in your space wheelbarrow. That is the cool thing with the potential, the possibility space of Elite is something which I've always kind of lauded as my favorite thing about it is all of the things that can be done, and it's just finding the correct place and time to squeeze it into that ridiculous schedule.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chester T. Oh, Zach, 10 years for you and your... Excellent. Oh,
nice one.
Smudgetron is destroying my cockpit glass. Oh, whoa, there we go. If in doubt, ram. Oh, no. Oh, and he got it back. Yep, you deserve that one, Smudgetron. Thank you, Drathos, thank you. Rocket-powered Rubar on there. Tamaru, thank you very much. And that's what it said. Imagine the hammers of slow let loose in an asteroid belt. Yeah. It would be a dust cloud. Oh, let me see if I can get that Ian Doncaster. He has been playing a heck of a lot. He really has. Oh. Yeah. I can see the smoke trail. Someone else has just got that.
Finally a kill, and it was red mark. Sorry.
Oh, nice one. GG, everyone.
I didn't even worse that time.
Thank you, Horny. Thank you.
One kill.
No, it all counts. It all counts. What was that? 35 at the moment. Very close to rank 36. Yes, 19% champion. I'll keep that. That's good. I'll keep that. I'll stay in the same match. Because I think we pretty much got queued up with the same people, so we will keep trying them.
We are the only people on Earth playing CQC.
It's I am Bob again, Ian Doncaster. I think there was a few in there. People stenciling words over the asteroids. Brilliant. Yeah, it's one of those tricky things. I mean, I don't think. I mean, first person will be cool, undoubtedly. It will, because I mean, it gives you that really close connection, that kind of very one-for-one scale feeling. You know what I mean? Sometimes in the ship, you can feel much larger than you are, and particularly when you're in Super Cruise, you kind of lose respect for the scale of the things you're flying around because you're moving so fast. The speed does funny things to the human perception system. You can't grasp the concept of how large planets and stars are when they're moving past it several times the speed of light. You just don't get it. But when you move that, when you shift that scale down to the space of like 1-to-1 first person sort of zone, you kind of immediately get that respect for those things then, because you can relate to it. You know what I mean? You've got that kind of feeling as like how quickly things should move, how big things should be. So seeing them at that scale will be a complete game changer from that respect. So I think that would be fantastic to see. But at the same time, I don't think it's necessarily a must. You know what I mean?
No, the first time I tried VR, that was also an eye-opener for me, as in, I could see the sense of scale was amazing. I was like, oh wow, this really is huge.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You just don't get that from a 2D screen.
No. Yeah. It really does add so much to it in VR, I must admit.
Everybody keeps stealing the weapons power up in front of my face.
That's where I was just heading, actually.
That was probably you then.
No, I was denied also. So. Someone was on my tail. Who's that? It's MSB. Where is he? There we go. Oh, and I was sniped.
Gotcha.
Stream sniped. Terrible. So Caramba saying an obvious question, but can't seem to figure out what causes a previously high security system to become lawless, and how does it regain its secure status? OMG. Probably best answered by someone I am still planning on getting a guest on. We want to do a bit of a BGS special at some point.
Well, that'd be good.
Yeah, I need to arrange when he has some free time to talk through. But yeah, it's complicated. The background simulation is massively complicated. There's a lot of stuff going in there, but it's a lot to do with crime. I think is the easiest way of summing it up. If you've got a high security system and you have a heck of a lot of murders going on in that location, then it will likely switch states very quickly. And then it will go back by bounty hunting and various lawful actions being taken. It's all kind of common sense, but difficult to explain, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
once you see it on
once
you see it on paper and you kind of see that, oh yeah, like every murder is kind of 2 points positive this way, and every bounty hunt takes 2 points back off it. You know, those kind of actions vying against each other for a period of time, and it makes sense when you see it all written down. Zaranil can't get in the match, but we'll jump out of this match briefly afterwards, and we'll see if we can sync up with you. I will try and get a few more people in, and I got 3 people all ganging up on me.
I'm innocent.
You never take
my life. No, I killed you.
No, you got yeah.
Gotcha.
Stephen Nash is saying it would give scale to ships, even SRVs help, but not quite a personnel. Yeah, exactly. And like I said, that's something you kind of notice when you go out in the SRV. You realize how large the ships are. Being able to drill that down even further to like FPS scale would be, like I said, really, really cool. It would really drive that idea of scale home. Sorry, you are now...
Steal my kill! Steal my kill, man!
It's the least significant bit, sorry. Oh, he just got the stealth parrot. Damn you. Ian Doncaster and your superior flight skills. Oh, he's disappearing off my... Oh, he's going cold. Curse you, chaff launcher, and your incapable... Chaff launcher jams at the wrong time. Damn it. MSB! Vengeance for MSB! Stephen saying the background simulation has changed markedly since 2.3. It seems that almost everything is in lockdown, boom, and civil war queued up. I know there's been a lot of significant changes, and many of those were to prevent potential problems that were going in. So, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't want to talk too much on it, because it is something which you could do an entire stream on, and and still not cover it. It is really cool though. There's a lot of cool stuff going on there. Like I said, that FD just don't get credit for in the way that it works, but it's massively complicated.
I am Bob, just owned me.
Oh, Ian Doncaster, I think, has got this game in the bag. Yes,
yep,
there we go. There we go, second place. I'm slowly catching back up with it. So I'm going to go ahead and jump out of this queue. Hopefully we can get queued up with someone else in a second.
I won't join, then I'll keep the space open. There we go.
Okay. Right here, I'm going to drop out of that. Quick catch with the chat. Saturday, say next week doing entire stream on a bigger... I don't know about next week. Like I said, I do have a guest in mind for it when it can fit into his schedule. I do want to cover lots of things in the BGS, because he is my go-to guy when I'm kind of confused as to what on earth I'm supposed to do to help hit the various groups. But yes, I do want to do one as soon as I can.
Is it an FD employee? Is he, I should say.
No.
Ah.
Yes, GG everyone, GG Retmark. I'm going to go ahead and do a DM in 3. Oh, not that one. 3, 2, 1, go.
Fiery Toad. Could be.
No, not Fiery Toad. It's secret. Hugmonster saying, in the system you were working on, a player group jumped 25% influence in 1 click. That's probably worth reporting, just in case that is something that shouldn't have happened.
That sounds wrong. The whole thing is transactional based. So if you have, like, say you're selling gold at a station, if you sell it 1 by 1, it'll actually have more influence than if you sold the whole thing in one go. Apparently.
But I think, are they talking about the gameplay tick? Is that because the gameplay tick is only like 24 hours, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, well, for our player group, we were getting owned by other player groups because they were doing exactly that, just increasing the number of transactions. Not exactly, not entirely like the number of missions against us, for instance.
Yeah, just the individual actions.
But that turned out to be a bug, apparently, which they did fix. So, not sure what the system is now, what the state is now. Is Zaranil getting a game now?
Zaranil's in the game, yes. I think there's a slot, actually, okay. So if you can jump on in. Adamantium said that the highest they've seen is 32%. That is a big swing. Whee! Pew pew, I see pews. There's Smudgertron. Oh. There we go. I'd like to thank Smudgertron for boosting it the wrong time there, putting him straight back in his... What have we got in the sidey? Devil Fast in the sidey. And a naughty, naughty Commander Arimus sneaking up from the rear.
Me? I'm innocent.
Commander Mudia there, trying to catch me. No, they've got... Zaranil, there we go. I see you.
He killed me. He killed me. I leave the game so he can get in and he kills me. Lovely.
Infamy. They've all got it in for me. And yoink, there we go. Commander Fabio 79. Oh, who's that? Who is that? Gotcha. Who's that? Wasn't me. I didn't do it.
No, someone else.
Nobody sent me to it. Can't prove anything. Damn it, except for everyone watching the stream. Damn.
I'll check the VOD later. People have it in for me tonight, I tell you. A minimum of 3 people on me at once, all the time.
Ooh, Commander Meridia. Pipped me to the post there. Who's that? Smudgertron. I am Bob.
Do you ever find yourself screaming to your capacitors like, charge up so I can boost, damn it?
Come on. I do shout at my...
God damn it!
Oh, that was So close. Oh, and I got put to the post. I am Bob. Got a worthwhile vengeance kill there. That was well deserved. Yes, my chaff literally reloaded just at the last second then, just as you were trying to take me out. Just spamming that chaff key. What have we got? Boom!
Oh, nicely done, Kerrash.
Mojo
Well
has
done.
returned. There we go. That's how it should go down. I think we've got time for one more match. I think before, because you do have to shoot off to set up your own stream, don't you?
It's 10:30. Yeah, we got time.
Cool. So Stephen Nash says, from experience of watching my own home system, the background simulation seems to switch between stable states chaotically. Changing the metastable state is very difficult unless an unknown trigger event happens and the main faction loses power and nosedives. As I said, complicated.
Yeah, sometimes I leave it up to the other guys and just say, "Tell me what to do." I'll go do it.
Max
Some
has got a
people
good point there, nice.
CTF?
Yeah, let's jump into CTF. Let's see if we can get a capture the flag going, because I love capture the flag. Right, I'm going to go...
Yes, brings me back to the old Unreal Tournament days.
Gotta love it. Got to love it. Math is difficult. Yes, it is. Doubly so when you're building a galaxy.
Yeah.
It's all about the buckets, yes. Lots of things work with buckets in the game. Same way the materials do, actually, finding the materials on the planet surfaces.
Yep. Oh, that's interesting one, actually. Last week I was trying to teach Roxy how to use the wave scanner.
Oh, yes.
Surprisingly difficult to explain.
Yeah. It is. There's so many concepts in this game which are just kind of like, you just get used to them, don't you? I mean, going back like we did on last week's stream with the kind of starting from scratch, there's things that you just take for granted and you just learnt by osmosis, and then trying to translate that and impart that knowledge onto someone else is very difficult. It's very difficult to not skim over the things which are actually key critical parts of it.
It's the thing I find hardest especially if I've got somebody new with me, is patience.
Yeah.
So you're often internally you're face palming. Like, understand it, but they can't, and you have to say, okay. I did that XLG. She said she was going to study it, and I don't think she had time this week. So let's see what happens. What you do this week?
Yeah, we'll see what it is.
It's like trying to teach someone to drive a car when you are not in the car, and
exactly.
To go. Yeah.
Just
Good analogy.
Absolutely, Zarano. Yeah. Zero Nice asking us, should buy an Anaconda with 300 million in the bank, or is that nowhere near enough to equip it? I would say you'd be pushing it to equip it, and equip it well and have rebuy.
Well, it depends. It depends on what he wants to do with it.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, if you're not going combat spec, combat spec is going to cost you an arm and leg. That's going to be
500 mil.
Yeah, quite easily for combat spec, and then you'd have to have like 20 million for one rebuy. Something. It's going to be 15 maybe.
No, mine's
15,
20. Mine's 22 at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'd say 300 million. You could probably build a pretty decent trade counter for that.
Yeah, you could do that, and then keep earning the money up that way. That would be doable.
One way to go.
Rule number 1: don't fly without rebuy.
Without the rebuy, yeah.
Don't do it to yourself. It's not worth it.
I've done it once, and I was glad when I had the money back.
It's that nerve-wracking, nail-biting moment. Max Urso, the good tip there, go to a Li Yong-Ru system to get it's cheaper to buy and fit. The
15% discount.
Diaguandri system, which I believe is that one. Diaguandri. I can put that in the chat. I believe that's a Li Yong-Ru system.
Just go to eddb.io.
Exactly. On the subject of third-party tools, you go to one of the great tools out there like eddb, and rather than like I do with Notepads out the wazoo because, you know, I'm old school. Little bits of paper everywhere with cool things I find on. On the subject of old school mind wipe, greetings, Commander, fellow Amiga user. I mean, Crash. There we go. Yes, nice to see you there, buddy. What's that? Your rebuy is 43 million. So you're always cautious. What on earth are you flying, buddy? Is that a fully spec cutter? It's got to be, hasn't it?
40. It has to be a cutter.
That's expensive for that. Zach saying Diagon Alley. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you can find anything you want in Diagon Alley. That's the one.
Any word on hard color changes in game? No.
I have no idea what the priority list on there. It's something that the team would like to do, but it's somewhere on that ridiculous list. I've seen parts of the list and it's scary. It's scary.
Yeah. Zero. No, I felt like 7 million on my balloon was a lot. Guess not. Nope.
Yeah,
it can get crazy.
Yeah, really expensive. And then people wonder why, you know, the bigger, riskier, higher paid missions pay so much money. It's like, oh, that's crazy. It's crazy. It's like, yeah, but you need it. You need that kind of like to keep investing that to keep your uptake on your ship.
Well, the thing, sorry, Chris, the thing I noticed is that like when I first starting out, I didn't have millions. It seemed like an unattainable thing, that much money. But it's sort of you don't notice it, but it sort of progresses with you, and and you just make more money as you progress for a thing. So it's all balanced, really. It doesn't. So for me, like 20 million feels like maybe 500,000 back in the day.
Exactly, and that's kind of evolved and changed as the game has come along with it as well. So
yeah.
I love Rick and Zach talking about yes, I keep my notepads in the drawer next to the desk. Yes, yes, not up the wazoo. Yes,
355k is peanuts. Yes,
I could make that in half a mission. I think.
Yeah, one kill in a res.
What's that mind right? Never leap dock without a profit. That's old school rule. That is. Yeah, I think Max Ursa is right, actually. I think I'm going to drop out of the CTF because it's just not matchmaking at the moment.
No.
So,
it's kind of poop.
Go back to bog standard deathmatch because I think we were having success there.
DM. Danger Mouse.
Oh, does that make me Penfold then?
Yes.
Colonia's yeah, sorry, mind wipe saying there. Colonia is a brilliant place to make said profit at the moment. Yes.
Is it? How?
There are lots of missions out there at the moment because of the little bases popping up. So it's great because it's kind of sparsely populated, so you can guarantee the missions are just going to be back and forward to the same similar locations. You know what I mean? So you can kind of hop around. And this was a thing that I think I was talking to Zaranil about this, about the whole how I was doing the mission things. Oh, Ascarson. That's a familiar name.
Not that guy.
Legendary CQC player. Yeah, so having missions where you can kind of hop around, go from one station to the other station, and just kind of like pick them up, and then have a whole bunch of them that end up going to the same location is the quickest way of just stacking up missions. Just get loads and loads of them to, rather than just doing one at a time to one base to the other base and back again. It's like, just don't do that. Yeah, just keep stacking them up. Just accept them. You've got 24 hours to do most of them, so just keep stacking them up. And fill up that transaction log.
Indeed.
And there we go. Epic fail there was that I didn't have the window highlighted, so yeah. And Fabio has got the weapon power up. No, don't shoot me, shoot Fabio.
We're not in the same instance, I don't think.
Oh no, I think we've got put into a different match. Damn it. Never mind. Not missions, but trading also. Passenger missions. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the chat as I'm getting killed. Zernar, would love to do a passenger mission to Colonia. Just hate those guys want to go back before they pay me. Yeah, it would be nice to have one-way passenger missions, I think. Because that was always a thing, wasn't it? In Frontier, you could have the missions were always one way for passengers. I've gone and picked on the big guy. I'm gonna regret that.
Commander Huggy, is that Hug Monster?
Is that Huggy? Is he in your game?
I see Commander Huggy.
Not Colonia the system, but the new player colonies. Are we talking about the same thing? Colonia. I mean, Colonia is the player colonies out there near the core. I see Mr. Stephen Usher there. Oh, Ascar. Oh, ho, ho. Concentration face now, you see.
Oh, yes.
Zero saying there are short one-way missions, but not the long ones. And I'm not paying attention. Damn it. Oh, Iron Bob's got the. Oh, it's got the cannons going on there, the rapid-fire cannons. I do love the sound of those.
They do sound good.
Oh, damn it. Couldn't avoid him. What's that? I'm talking about the only ones that enter tourism, they found in the prior system, there's smuggle. There's lots of smuggle missions to the next system. They're profitable, but few and far between. What's that? In the Cloney system where Jax is, but the Nebula as a whole is much more profitable. Yeah, I think the little outposts nearby. Yeah, not going to Jack Station now. Don't go to Jack Station. It's a good place to stop off once you first arrive, but yeah, definitely get out to the little outposts around Jack Station. Oh, denied. So close. So close. I'm not going to do as well in this one at all. Mine might say, out there in Kelowna, for you it's old school elite and you're loving it more than a new bubble. Yeah, I think that's part of the appeal of Colonia, is it feels a lot kind of more sparse, doesn't it? Where it's kind of it is like that whole new frontier thing.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the great thing about it. It is a completely different feel to the bubble.
I have been out there. It's very pretty too.
It is, yeah, very nice. Who is that there? Ascar, yeah.
Oh, bollocks! second place in my match.
I am not going to do very well on this at all. Right. I think I denied you of that one. Lightning Lou, is this arena? This is arena mode. Yes, it's Friday night. It's fight night. we do like a little bit of CQC on Kerrash Landing, and the best way to arrange a CQC match is to get together with your friends at a set time, so you can definitely guarantee you have people to play with, which I do. Lots of people to play with tonight. Lots of people in the chat, so thank you very much. GG to everyone who has joined in. I think
yes, well done.
Oh, yes, rank up. Excellent.
Nice one.
Excellent.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Remo saying, just repaired your FSD with the field maintenance, AFMU. Can't believe how much of the FU is used up. Not sure there would be a neutron highway on the way home. Yeah, it does do a lot of damage using the neutron highway.
Yeah.
But the AFMU module, you can refill it. Get onto the surface.
Exactly.
I think it's zinc, chromium, nickel and vanadium, I believe, which are pretty easy to find, and you can refill your AFMU. It's great fun. It's great fun. Get out there, go explore, and it gives you a good reason to get down onto the planets and use your SRV and find the things that are out there. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's about.
Oh, crikey! Do you have to shoot now?
Yeah, I can just blab on while I set things up. It's all good.
Right here. Okie dokie. Is this? Oh, this screenshot from. I got to put this up. This is a lovely screenshot. I believe this is your ship, isn't it, Mindwipe? absolutely awesome. So in one of the asteroid bases there, just awesome. Chrome cutter, asteroid base, some of the best shots. Love it, love it. Askar, greetings, Commander. GG on that last match. I knew I was in for trouble when I saw your name pop up on the scoreboard there. Zarnil, 2 AMFUs to repair one or the other. Yeah, that is something which I didn't even think of when I set off, and then it dawned on me afterwards. Of course, you can't repair the AMFU if it's actively in use. So if you have 2, you can repair each other with it. So kind of makes sense. You can have a backup one, a small one, in one of those small slots. Would kind of make sense. But yeah, it goes back to what I said right at the very start. Actually, having the field maintenance unit that you can kind of patch yourself up when you're out there in the void. I love that because it really does kind of give that feeling of me being completely self-sufficient. Just it drives home that point of being an explorer, on the fringe, outside of everyone else's. I'm getting totally ganked. I think that's Askar. I think he's on me. Who is that? Oh, Smudgertron there.
All right, I am gonna bugger off now, Kerrash.
Rightio, buddy. I think we will, as we discussed, I think we'll shoot over to your stream briefly afterwards, and we will see you later then.
Yes, sorry it was a bit chaotic tonight, folks. Kerrash asked me to join in the stream about like 10 minutes before we went live.
Well, I had technical issues, yes, and
just a couple.
That and Psycho Cow's 200th Drabble, I wanted to pop in at least. And congratulate him on that. So cool.
But thanks for having me, and yes, good night, everybody. We'll see you again next time.
See you shortly, Commander.
Bye bye.
Excellent, the wonderful Commander Arimus there. Like I said, we will be jumping over to his stream to follow on straight after this match. I believe we'll head on over. Well, depends how quickly this match is. We might get one more match in. Dirk D. Oh, talking about the generation ship show, your favorite one is the Ghost Story. That one, is that the Zarara? I think that's one of the mega ships, isn't it? He says one of. Retmok, you wish you'd taken an SRV. Oh no, you haven't got an SRV. Damn it. Yeah, see, I mean, that's, like I said, I mean, I wish I had two AFMUs, because, being able to repair one, because if I damage that AFMU, I am screwed. Yeah, it's nice knowing that there's things you can do to kind of be self-sufficient and have all that stuff. And the thing with exploration, it's being prepared. You have to kind of think about all of the situations you're possibly in. Because what I've done this time, actually, so I didn't do last time, mainly after reading the stories of the stranded commander off on the other side of the galaxy, was I've actually fitted a mining laser into the ASP this time. I don't actually have a refinery, so I can't do anything with the stuff that I find, but if I go to certain types of ring systems, you can get some materials that you can use for jump boosting and stuff like that. So I think just being prepared is the key, I think. Sorry, Zarnel, this is gonna hurt me a lot more than it's gonna hurt you. Concentration, face, concentration. Boost. No. Oh, going for the... Sorry. And I've lost it. There it is. Come on. Boost bam. Zorara is the mega ship of the Rift. Yeah, that is the one that I'm not particularly far away from at the moment. I just went and got all the audio logs from the Zorara. That one's freaky. I mean, the fun thing about that one is that is kind of touching more on more recent storyline elements of the game, which is pretty cool. Oh, Meridia, GG. Excellent. I think we'll probably get one more match. Just one more match in. What I might do is, again, I'll drop out. Hopefully get synced up with a few more people. We'll give it a couple of seconds. Oh, Zach, going to get a cold, bubbly beverage. Cheers, Commander. Mind that rock. Rock. Splat. Absolutely. Madness and Ghosts. Yes, it is a cool one. I don't want to spoil it. I know a lot of people are kind of finding these things like through YouTube and stuff like that. I won't play any of them on the stream because it is one of my favourite parts of the new update. It's probably the favourite part. Actually, the voice acting on it is phenomenal, and it really does drive home that, like I said, that real in-depth story, which is, I love it. I love that stuff. It just adds such a layer to it. See if we can get back in. DM 3, 2, 1, go. Just going to set that up. One match. Who did we get in with then? Sorry, I didn't see the board on there. Who have we got? Back in with Smudgertron. I'm not sure if we got anyone from the chat, but I'm not going to get the weapons now. I wasn't paying attention. Am I? Am I? Crikey. Surprised if I do. Oh, and I did. Oh, just. Smudgertron. Get in there fast. Oh. Oh. No. Oh, I hate those bits. At least I prevented the power up from being stolen. Crash, you know this. We know the outcome of Salome. But here's the new question to ponder. Where is Luca? Anyone who knows Reclamation will ask that. He was the coolest character in the book. Yes. Yeah, I know. I think that the trouble is Drew, as much as he, you know, he's got some great characters in there that he could have used, but he couldn't use them all. You know, he had to kind of settle on a part of the story which was gonna fit into the game. So. Who's that? Who is that? Damn it! That's got to be Meridia. Yeah, I thought it was Meridia. And what secrets has Ran Corson got? Yes, exactly. Who knows? More to be revealed. I think the important thing to remember is, like, you know, is as much as everyone was kind of lauding the event, it was, oh, it's, you know, it's the end of the book. It's the most important thing. It's like, well, you know, it's the end of that story. But, you know, what's coming next? I am Bob. Come on. Assassins. I was rather disappointed that the reveal on Saturday. Nothing important revealed, merely that Rachel was a conspirator, which didn't really matter. I can't remember what Drew promised he was going to reveal, to be honest. Come on. Come on. Who is that? Someone snuck up on me. Damn it. Zaranil! You deserve that. She was Dark Wheel, not everyone... sorry, I'm just trying to... Pull up, pull up. Thank goodness we don't have flight suits that simulate G-forces. I must say, I mean, like, just the last couple of weeks playing this, like, in VR, and it's just, oh, such a difference to the game. Come on. Ah, I need one more go. I'm gonna lose it on this one last go. Urgh. Come on. Ah, Bubenkov. GG. Tipped me to the post there. So close. So close. I nearly got into that. First place for a period of time anyway. Damn it. Damn. Damn. I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up there though. How do we go to 20% champion? I'll settle with that. Oh dear, crikey, we've missed a little bit in the chat there. Luca and his 20-year-old stranded cobra. Yes, I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, it's yeah, I did get that impression as well. Mind Wipe is that kind of it's like that old school elite player sort of mentality to it. Brilliant. The Mad Bomber. Out of all of the elite books, what one would you say is a must read? I've got all of them. So I'm Reclamation, Tales from the Frontier. Yeah, Reclamation is great. That's written by Drew Wagar, and Tales from the Frontier, the collective of books on there. I tend to agree on that because it's got like multiple storylines in there. My favourite one from that, I mean, I don't want to... There are a lot of really good stories. I love them all, but I think the one that really struck home for me was the Pinacoteca in the Tales from the Frontier. That one was, yeah, something about that. Just goosebumps reading that. I was like, awesome though, awesome. You got Toby Longworth to do the audio narration for you. Oh yes, he's very good. Yes, he did some of the audiobooks in said collection there we were just talking about. Rebecca, yeah, that was it. Sorry, that's what confused me. Shanna's Geek. Yes, thank you. Yes, it was Rebecca R, which you see in some of the audio logs. Actually, I've got that one in the. If we go back to the main game, really quickly, because I'm sure a bunch of you have done this already. I might just mute it because I don't want to spoil it. Cat's Cradle from the Tales, that was a good one as well, yeah. Do you remember, what was your favourite one from Frontier, though? Because, where is it? Oh, for me, that would have to be, I could do it from memory, let's say it's All That Glisters. Stories of Life on the Frontier, there we go. Let's go back to those. All That Glisters, there we go. That for me was my favourite one. Of course, that is the story of Jacques, hundreds of years ago, or decades ago at least, a long time ago, in a galaxy quite close actually. The Origin of Jacques. That's the one. That's it. Yes. See, we agree on that, Mind Wipe at least. Storytime with Crash. Yes, it's a new feature. Storytime with Crash. Once upon a time, there was a Commander Jameson. Oop, 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 slow down, slow down, slow down. Ah! I've got a couple more things to explore on this. Yeah, but before we digress too much, I believe it was this one. There we go. I'm going to mute that for a second there. I don't want to leave that on there. But yeah, you can see that the audio log for the Zerara is signed by R, which is Rebecca from Reclamation. And funny enough, she had her mind wiped. See what I did there? But I won't play any more of that. But now the audio logs are well worth searching after. The Zerara, that one's a little bit more difficult because it is 12,000 light years from the bubble. But the ones which are closer to the bubble, I do highly recommend you get out there and get to them. They're not that hard to get to, and they're well worth doing. They really do add a lot of depth to the backstory of things. So settle down, kids. Have a warm cup of cocoa, and then we'll begin. Yes. Right here. Oh, let me get this up on here, and there we go. I want to just. Which makes it sound so easy. Get to Kite and Alawinus. Yes, I can't pronounce that one. Ignoring the pun, yes. Yeah, exactly. The Kite system, Alawinus or whatever. You can find all the information on the forums. The forums detail all of the locations and how to get them and stuff. But if you want to do it the right way, you can go all the way to the listening posts in there. I mean, that was featured in the newsletter this week. There's a nice run through of all of the steps to find it. You find listening posts in nearby systems, and they've picked up signals from one of these systems, and then you tend to fly away from a known point of origin for a given distance. Quite easy to do once you've got the process down in your head. XOG saying, don't go to open or STC will play with me. At this range, yeah, they're welcome to come and get me over here. more kudos to them if they bother to come all the way out here. They've obviously got nothing better to do with their lives. Steven Crash, excited to be running Elite on a ZX Spectrum next 7 MHz. I am rather keen on that. I was they're 12 hours, right? Exactly 12 hours. The Kickstarter for the ZX Spectrum Next, which is blown past its target, it's well into its stretch goals now. It looks absolutely awesome. I think everyone here will know that I'm a massive Specky fan. In fact, I have the Specky within arm's reach because I was playing Gauntlet with my boy, and he loves it. Brilliant. My 6-year-old has got great taste. He loves the 8-bit games, and we were having great fun with it. So yeah, I cannot wait for the new Specky to come out. It looks absolutely fantastic. And it's just going to be great fun. So as soon as that comes, I will be doing an Elite stream running on the new ZX Spectrum Next. Absolutely. Sorry, who's that advising? Around the gen ship. Oh, yes, sorry. Talking about getting ganked around the jet. Yeah, I mean that's the problem. Any hotspot in the game, any point which is a kind of a meeting point for players, a kind of a hotspot for any kind of activity like that, then there is going to be a risk of bumping into someone. But also, I mean, these last 3 or 4 weeks that I've been playing with like the Sidewinder and starting from scratch again and basically kind of working my way up and stuff. I've been doing it mostly in open. I've bumped into players and they've all been friendly. It's been great. Sure, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. We are just about to wrap up, but please do post the link up on there. Yeah, no problem. You just bought a brand new Specky Plus 2, 40 games, cost 100 quid. They all work. Oh, awesome. It's that Dark and Dragon. Don't fall into the trap you fell in with your brother with Gauntlet. Don't know about the symbol shift key, and every time you stood either side of a wall waiting for one to run out of health, caused so many dead arms and tears. Yes. Oh, just trying to get used to the fingers on all those strange keys again. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Dirt, you visited all the gen ships in open. So far, only a few player and explorers. Yeah, exactly. That's all I've seen. You've been very lucky. It happens. It happens near the community goals and things like that. You're always going to get it. But on that note, I will say there is, great news coming down the line. The karma system, as mentioned earlier on, is being talked about in the forums. So it's something which is being considered. That will come at some point. As Sandro himself says, no ETAs, no guarantees, but it will be coming along at some point. So it's going to be good to get that in there, because I think that's really going to change a lot of those things on there. Oh, awesome! Yes, that's a great link there from MindWipe, the Frontier Elite 2 theme. Yes. Was that the unused theme demo? Was that that was the second one? That was the second theme. That was yes, I do know that one. What's that, Brett Mark saying? You play almost 100% in open. You have very few problems. It's you're only ever going to hear about the problems. That's the thing. It's like the 99% of the time when everything is fine. It's people don't report that, do they? It's always that 1% where, oh my god, it's not fair. It's not fair. Zarna, you quite like what Sandy was suggesting around forums around karma. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's still it's like that kind of like proof of concept phase. It's still like working through the design and how it's going to work and all that kind of stuff. But it is very much being considered. I like the idea of things like you continuously doing things bad will get you major negative karma, but the odd occasional thing where you accidentally cock up and ram a sidewinder coming out of a docking port, it's probably going to just be passed up as a fine and things like that. So, yeah, I think that really will add a lot to the kind of encouraging people to just jump into these situations and bring people together. I think it's really going to help with that. But if we want to discuss that more, we should head on over to Gaming with Ian's channel. So I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. We're going to go ahead and host Game with Ian. I'm going to join his audio chat for a bit, and we're going to carry on talking about these stuff. So please do give him a follow if you're not already following. We're going to head on over to that shortly. But until next time, Commanders, see you in the void.